What's up, everybody? How we doing? We got an in the gate moment, and we are joined with Matt, who was with the World Elite Wrestling whenever they did their Royal Rumble. And Matt was joined. We were just talking about our show coming up on Wednesday, and I was like, Matt, you want to do this real quick? And he said, absolutely. So we're gonna do this real quick. Marcus from World Elite has sent us in pictures because he was at the Rumble. Matt, your take on the Rumble as I show off a couple pictures here real quick.
It was cool. That's incredible, man. They always make the entrance ramp like 150 yards, and I don't understand why. Um, that was a great match right there too. It was called the Pitch Black match. It was sponsored by Mountain Dew. That's crazy. Normally they have like a company just sponsor the show, but they had different companies sponsoring matches. I've never seen that before, but this was pretty cool. It's a lot of special effects. There was a lot of neon glow in the dark kind of stuff, and it was just a little bit different from your regular wrestling match. So I like that. That was really cool with Bray Wyatt and LA Knight.
I think Bray Wyatt won, right?
Yeah, he won. It was a really short match. I think that pay per view was 4.5 hours. I don't understand how it was that long. Normally their pay per views are 3 hours, but it was cool though. I like a whole bunch of surprises for the Royal Rumble. I like when they bring back like retired legends. They brought back Booker T, which was pretty cool.
I'm not sure what videos he sent me, but he did send me a bunch. So maybe you can fill in our viewers real quick as we go through them. Let me
I'll
get
do my
to them real
best.
quick. I think you're gonna know the one. Let's see what we got.
I couldn't tell who that was. That was a very quick thing. I remember I know who it was the other time the other video that you have. I think, but that
I don't know. I have no idea.
still, yeah, that was a quick one.
Was that Gunther?
Maybe when I
Maybe
watched.
was that one of the first entrants into the? Was that Sheamus or Gunther?
No, that wasn't Sheamus. Gunther had a great show. He was in that. He was in that match for an hour and 7 minutes. I'd have been dead ass tired 7 minutes.
I said Lesnar had a nice clearing of throwing out a couple guys.
Yeah, he got eliminated by Lashley. That set up the WrestleMania match. Um, Logan Paul eliminated Seth Rollins. So
Is that
I
going to
think,
set up Mania with that?
yeah, I think that's what they're going to go for. And then Cody won the Rumble, so he's going to main event against Roman Reigns on either Saturday or Sunday night.
I imagine they're going to save that one for Sunday night.
Probably. I'm not. I'm not going to be surprised if they do.
Well, let's check out another video Marcus sent us.
Can you dig it?
That was Booker T. That was
your Booker
cool.
T right there.
That was a good one. He was only in the match for like a minute and a half. He came in, hit a bookend like a rock bottom kind of move. He did a spinner Rooney and then he got thrown out.
So they let him do his move and get thrown out.
Yeah, he's still in good shape though, man. He wrestles for the promotion Reality of Wrestling, which is his promotion in the Houston Fort Worth area.
All right. Let's see what else.
Seth Rollins, he's always a good entrance. I love Seth Rollins. He might be the best thing they got going in that company right now.
He's always a wild card.
I love him. I've been a fan of him since the Shield days.
I didn't like how he turned on the Shield. I get it. We're all paid to do it, and someone had to do it. But
It was beautiful how they did it, though. That parlayed into a solid show. and he had a good run as champion before he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he really tore that. He really broke it, folks.
It was crazy because he did it at a house show. He was wrestling Kane, and he tried to do like a sunset flip power bomb off the top rope, and then when he flipped over Kane, and he planted his feet, his knee buckled in, and he fell to the ground immediately. And when the referee throws up an X, it's like legitimate, like get the people out here. He couldn't even walk. It was, and then like they showed his surgery down in Alabama with Dr. Andrews, like in like a behind the scenes thing. He legitimately tore his knee up. He was out for like I think a solid year, maybe 13 or 14 months. These guys do get hurt. I mean, I know a lot of it's predetermined and it's kind of like kitschy and like kind of almost like a men's soap opera to, for a fair comparison. But those dudes really do get banged up.
It's gotta hurt. I don't care what you say. Jumping off 30-foot walls like the Hardy Boys and everyone
Oh
else.
God, and they were all hopped up on coke to not feel anything after the show, at least.
That's crazy. All right, let's see what else Marcus sent us real quick.
That was Bobby Lashley. Him and Lesnar are going to be like two giants meeting. I can't wait for that because those dudes, like, even though a lot of it's choreographed and a lot of it is, fake, if you want to call it that, those two dudes are like legitimate MMA fighters. They both, I know Lesnar was the UFC heavyweight champion for a while, and Lashley fought in Bellator for quite a few years, and he's got actually a better record professionally than Lesnar. So I know these guys are gonna work stiff, and I'm looking forward to it, to where they're actually gonna make some shit look like it actually hurts.
I wish one time they would just let him go.
Oh, sometimes they do. Now, if you see stuff that looks realistic, like punches or kicks, it's what they call receipts, where if one of the guys fucks up a spot or a move and they hurt the other person, it's called a receipt or a lick back. So sometimes you'll see like a real punch thrown or a real kick thrown, and you'll see it like really like make the other person like wince or cripple over a little bit. So it does happen occasionally, just not as often as I'd like to see it.
I'd never. Well, I mean, obviously, I've seen. I know it's hard to tell if it's real blood or whatever.
Oh, they use real blood. They use these little mini knives. It's called blading, and a lot of the guys will either the referee will hold it and they'll pass it off like real slick, or they'll put it in their wrist tape or in their boot, and a lot of them will blade like along their hairline or like right between the eyes. So most of it's outlawed now because of the blood being on TV. They're not allowed to have it as much, but that's what the old school guys used to do back in the day. Like Flair and Hogan and Savage and Jake the Snake, they all used to use a little mini. It was like a half of a razor blade.
Still gotta fucking hurt.
Oh, it definitely does. I mean, and then you gotta think they gotta move after a while because of all the scar tissue built up from cutting the same place over and over again. I mean, some dudes get opened up the hard way, the real way, but most of the time it's a blade job.
All right, let's see who Mark. We got 4 more videos left. Let's see what Mark is sending next.
That was Lashley. That was Lashley. You already showed that.
I did. It was on there twice. So we have 3 left.
I think that was the end of his end.
save that one. I don't. That's how
Yeah.
he sent them to me, so that's how I just saved them on here.
Yeah.
I
That
got no
was
labels though. I got nothing labeled.
That was Cody. That was he ended up winning, which isn't surprising. But he came out number 30, and he had just come back. He tore his pec muscle off the breastplate back in the summer, and when he wrestled with it,
This was a real injury.
yeah. If you go and look online, like he tore it like right here, and it rolled under his armpit, and the bruising he had from his elbow to the middle of his chest plate, it looked crazy. And the fact that he wrestled like that was insane. He didn't do it in a match. He did it when he was training, and it popped when he was either lifting weights or doing like the row machine or something. I can't remember what they said, but he messed up he was out all of July, August, September, October, November, December, most of January.
So this is his comeback match.
So that was his first time he's wrestled since the summer.
Did people know? Like, I mean, obviously, I mean, everyone. You picked Cody Rhodes to win the on their show.
He announced it like 3 weeks ago that he was coming back. And what's crazy is that when me and Josh did our show me and my brother did our show for wrestling. This is before I started the show with Josh last year. I picked Cody to win this Rumble on a couple of different shows. And then on my boy Lewis's show, I picked Cody to win the Rumble right after the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view when he got hurt. So, like, I predicted this like 7 months ago. And I'm not going to say like, oh, I got you, but it was kind of predictable because he left WWE in 2015. He wrestled in Ring of Honor in New Japan for 3 years. Then he started AEW with a bunch of his buddies, and he was the first person to leave AEW and go back to WWE. And they treated him like a rock star that he is, and shot him to the
planned.
Yeah, he always said that he was going to come back to WWE one day. He didn't anticipate it being this soon, and he was actually planning on retiring from wrestling and then coming back to WWE as like a producer, like a guy that works behind the scenes. But they offered him a boatload of money. They obviously are strapping a rocket to his back. They got a bunch of merchandise out. They've already made him an action figure. They just released today on Twitter his entrance in the new 2K23 video game. They're like really going to go all in. He's their next big guy after Roman Reigns because Roman's held the championship for 2 years now. And I think they're going to put it on Cody because Roman wants to go to Hollywood and just start dabbling and acting a little bit more because he had a small part in the Hobbs and Shaw branch off of Fast and Furious. So I think he's going to start acting a little bit more.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was in that movie.
So were you surprised? Like we didn't get the Stone Cold, we didn't get the Rock. All we got was Booker T.
That I didn't think that. See, it's not necessarily a surprise that they weren't there to me because number one, Austin I think Austin got upwards of like a $5 million payday for that one match last year. I didn't think that the WWE was going to kick that kind of money out for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. So I think that they're just going to
Wait.
wait and see if he wants to fight anybody in particular at WrestleMania. My bet is that he fights Austin Theory, just to kind of build off of the last WrestleMania. And if The Rock was a lock for WrestleMania, he would have won the Rumble on Saturday night. He would have showed up at 30 and won the Rumble. And then they would have figured out a way to get Cody in the main event for the other title. Because I think they're going to split all the titles up. So
You think The Rock could still be at it?
I think he possibly could, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Like a double, triple threat match?
It doesn't make sense to me if you were going to bring him back after the fact. And with WrestleMania being in Hollywood this year at the Los Angeles Rams Stadium, if they weren't able to lock that down now, I don't think they're ever going to lock it down, because the thing is, The Rock has the crossover Hollywood appeal. Obviously, he's more known now as an actor than he is as a wrestler. So that was their opportunity right there. And I'm sure The Rock's got an insane asking price for showing up. I mean, he's The Rock, for Christ's sake.
And he's got XFL now, too.
He's got XFL that's launching in March, I believe.
Which coming up Thursday, I have Pocket Aces from the USFL coming back on the show under my Hammer Time Pit ID on Twitter. I did, so that's my Thursday show. Just gave it away.
Hey, you're full of surprises, man.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of go with the flow. And someone said, yeah, Maulers changed their colors, need to get the new jersey now. They went to black and gold. They got rid of that orange and purple.
They need to make their jerseys like the Gotham City team from Batman.
From Batman with Bane.
Bane's forever going to be my favorite villain ever.
The Mask.
And what's crazy is they had a 5'7" actor play Bane.
Oh, that's right. He was a shorter guy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy is like not even close to 6 feet tall. He's a little guy. But I love Tom Hardy. You know what movie I watched yesterday on a whim just because I wanted to was Spencer Confidential with Mark Wahlberg on Netflix. And Alan, oh, I love it. I've seen it like 4 times. Alan Arkin is one of my favorite actors.
I never saw it.
You gotta watch it, man. It's good.
All right, Marcus.
Love Rollins, man.
So we did get the full feature. He sent 2 Rollins in. I didn't even notice that. I sometimes don't watch the In the Gates because they're usually not this long. It's usually like a quick hockey segment, and then like, hey, we're at the arena, and then they show the arena off and they get off. Marcus took it to the next level and sent us in a bunch of videos and said, let's do it.
Yeah, he did right. You're a big megastar when the entire arena 50,000 people are singing your theme that has no words, just like one phrase,
It's kind
like
of
no
like
actual. Yeah,
the Pennywise Broham anthem.
yeah.
Whoa.
Is that all on the videos though?
We got the one left that was the closer, and I think we're gonna end the in the gate segment on that. This is the longest one besides the one Gina made whenever she went to the stadium, and I think that went on for 35 minutes.
Oh, I'm surprised you mentioned her by name.
Yeah, sometimes I do. It's still in the gate. Gina was good. Anyway, Matt, how people get you, man? I thank you for stopping by. Obviously hang out for a minute afterward, but we're gonna close out the segment, obviously.
Absolutely, man. Thank you again for having me on on short notice on the whim kind of thing. You can find me on Instagram. My personal is at mtrig89, and my Instagram for the show is at bwatbxcchw. Those are the anagrams for both my shows. Um, you can find me on Twitter at BWATB Podcasts, and you can look me up on Facebook under my government name. It's okay, which is on screen. Working on the show with you on Wednesday night. Looking forward to that.
I
Still,
am definitely looking forward to that.
I will. I'm not going to spoil it on air, but I have a very, very special football guest coming on to my BWATB show. Hopefully Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure
This week,
yet. Yeah,
you locked it down. I love it. I'm not
I'm-
going to give it away either.
but
I know,
that's
I know, I know.
that's going to be a good one. So
Oh yeah.
keep your eyes peeled for that, and it'll be on this channel. So thanks for having me, Adam. It's always great hanging out with you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, hang out real quick. Evan just texted me. He might have something for you.
Okay.
But anyway, guys, here's the last video from Marcus, and we are closing out in the gate tonight. It's about 45 seconds long from what I'm reading. And everyone have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. This is one of the longer in the gate, but we had Matt break everything down for us, and I'm grateful for it. And Matt, I will see you Wednesday for sure. And I am very excited about that show because we have some nice guests lined up for that as well.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be good.
But anyway, guys, have a good one.